Are you curious about digital scrapbooking? Do you take a lot of digital photos and want a meaningful way to share them with your family and friends? Perhaps you upload to Facebook or Instagram. Maybe you've even purchased a photo book. Yet, these methods of sharing don't hold the same charm as those scrapbooks we looked at as kids. So during this class, I'm going to help you discover how easy it is to record your memories using two of my favorite digital scrapbooking programs, close to my heart, Studio J Online Scrapbooking Studio, and Adobe's Photoshop Elements. My name is Amy Yulin, and I welcome you to Studio Scrapping with Amy. So the real question is, why digital scrapbooking and why Studio J in particular when there are so many other scrapbooking programs out on the market? Well, I will tell you why with an example from an infographic that I created. So this is on my website, amyyulin.com, and I created this infographic to show you that Studio J really is for everyone. And let's start off with your photography habit. So, how many photos do you take each month? If we average approximately 100 photos in a month, which is very realistic because that's only 3 to 4 a day, and with the fact that most of us are carrying around cell phones that have great cameras on them or little cameras that we can put in our pockets aside from our DSLRs and whatever you use to take photographs, 3 to 4 is really erring on the low end. I know that those of us that love photography, we can take 100 photos at a birthday party. So 100 photos a day, a month is pretty realistic. So according to the Photo Marketing Association, most people print 55% of their photos. And I have to admit, I am not great at printing my photos, but I will tell you this, I back them up like crazy because I've had a couple times where my computer has crashed and I've feared that I was going to lose all of my photos. So regardless of what you do, you've got to get those photos off of your camera, get them off of your phone, and get them archived, not only digitally, but in albums. And Studio J makes it so easy to do this. So, of those 55%, if we're only placing 75% of what we print in albums, that means that we would need to create 7 layouts a month with 6 photos each just to stay caught up with our monthly photography habits. So my question then is, what do you do with your photos? According to Gizmodo.com, 300 million photos are uploaded to Facebook every single day. And Facebook that's another form of scrapbooking. We also have more than 5 million being uploaded to Instagram. So this is great, but what happens when you have your family come over? They're not going to log on to Instagram or Facebook to check out your photos. You want to have albums that they can sit down and enjoy. And so the next question is, what's keeping you from recording your most precious memories? So many of us complain about not having time, but luckily with Studio J, you save time because it is so stress-free. You are saving money because you don't have to buy anything. It is truly a free scrapbooking studio that you never have to buy a single program, a single layout, a single template, a single kit, unless you want a printed layout. That's the only time you would ever pay for anything. And some people tell me that they're just simply not creative, which honestly, I don't believe that. I think everyone is creative. You just have to get out of that negative headspace. But if you don't feel like you're very creative, Studio J allows you to make beautiful layouts every time because they have express collections that are pretty much done for you. All you have to do is drop in your photos and your journaling and you're done. Or templates, which give you a little bit more flexibility, but again, they are created for you so that you don't have to feel like you're going to spend hours and hours trying to be creative and reinvent the wheel. The other nice thing is, especially for those of you that are parents or are really busy, there's no mess to clean up. You can scrapbook anywhere there is internet. So your scrapbook supplies, aka your laptop or your computer, are ready for you anytime. And then you have the peace of mind of knowing that it is archival quality, so you don't have to worry about what's going to happen to these scrapbooks years down the road. So then I just want to show you a couple of my layouts. The first one is one of the just basic templates that comes with Studio J, and that's the great thing about Studio J is you literally have access to thousands of dollars of close to my heart licensed papers and images for free. Other programs you have to pay for each of the kits or for a piece of paper or a template, and those add up. So if we were being, conservative and saying that the kits are on other programs $20 each, that's about, I would say, something like in the area of $3,000 or so that you would save by not having to purchase any of that. So the other thing that I love about digital scrapbooking is that you have unlimited supplies with Digi. You are able to use as many stickers, as many borders, whatever you want, you can use unlimited amounts of those as opposed to your physical scrapbook products. If you're new to digital scrapbooking or short on time, you can use one of the Express kits, which you see here. This was already completed. This layout was completed for me. All I had to do was drop in my photos and a little bit of journaling, and I was done. I printed it out. I was good to go. Now, if you want a little bit more flexibility, you can choose one of the Studio J templates, but you get to choose the papers and the colors of your embellishments in addition to dropping in your photos and your title and your journaling. Now, if you're a lot like me, then you want more hybrid scrapbooking. And so here's an example of my furry friends, which is a layout about my cats. And you'll notice that there are quite a few blank areas, and that's because I printed just the basic layout and then I'm adding my embellishments later. And so I will try to post a picture of that on my blog because it's pretty fantastic. I love it. And then finally, if you are already a digital scrapbooker, then Studio J is also for you because you can drop in all of your PNG or JPEG files into a no limits layout, which is simply a blank layout that allows you to use your other supplies that you have already, or pages that you've created in Photoshop or whatever photo editing software you use, and bring it into Studio J. You can then use the Close to My Heart products if you want, or not, doesn't matter, but you have that flexibility. And so it really is for the very, very beginner all the way to the seasoned digital scrapbooker. So The key is that it's time for you to get those photos off your camera, off your phone, off your computer, and archived into albums. And I'm so glad that you are here, and I'm going to be able to help you do this. Signing up for Studio J is not only free, it is very easy. So the first thing you want to do is go to your consultant's website. If you don't already have a consultant, I invite you to go to my website, which is amyulin.ctmh.com. When you get to the website, you will notice that there is a Studio J link in the upper left corner. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you to the Studio J page. And here, if you scroll down, you can learn a little bit more about Studio J, and you'll see the tagline, "You've taken the photos, now keep the memories." I absolutely love that because it's so true. You will be able to scroll down and read more at your leisure. We're not going to do it right now, but if any of the purchasing options, if you decide to purchase some of the frequently asked questions that you can see, it talks about memberships, and we used to have a membership program, and in some of the following tutorials you'll see mention of members only content. The good news is that all content has been opened up to all users. We no longer have memberships, so anytime I mention that in the future tutorials, just ignore it because it doesn't apply anymore. Yay! And then information about 5-packs, because if you do decide to purchase layouts, 5-packs gives you a little bit of a deal. Okay, so I'm going to scroll right back up to the top of this page, because what we need right now is simply the creating a user account. So we are going to click on Enter Now. And here's where, if you already have an account, you're going to enter your email address and your password. If you've forgotten your password, you can click on this link and it will send you an email that will reset your password. But for right now, let's just assume that you do not have an account. And so we are going to create an account by clicking on this Create an Account link. And here you'll want to enter in basic information. So you'll enter in your first and last name, you'll enter in an email address, and then a password. And remember, as always, you want to keep your passwords safe. So don't use passwords that are your passwords for your bank account or your email. Use something completely different. And then you'll confirm it by repeating it. And then you'll want to enter in your phone number. Oops. I think they had a specific way they wanted it entered. And your country. You'll notice that Close to My Heart not only has consultants in the United States and Canada, but eventually we're going to open up to Australia too. So if you are in Australia, just hold on, it's coming. But for right now, I'm going to choose United States, and then you can click if you want the newsletter, and of course you have to agree to the terms and conditions. So I'll show you those here. Basically, you can again read through this as you would like. I will summarize it for you. Close to My Heart guarantees their products. So if you've got any missing items or exchanges, they are going to take care of you. They honor that. With Studio J content, again, they are going to take care of any errors on their end, but they aren't going to replace your layouts for things like making a spelling error. And that's okay, because I'm going to show you how you can fix those. later on. It also says that with Studio J that you have permission to use the photos that you are uploading. So for instance, if you take your kids to a professional photographer and you have a CD of the prints, you just want to make sure that you have permission from that photographer to upload them. I'll walk you through the approval process for each of your projects so that you can see how to double check them to make sure there's no error on your end before you submit anything. And then again, this says that they, close to my heart, will take care of any defects or damages in the printing. So now I'm going to scroll back up, close that. I have agreed to my terms, and then I'm going to save. You'll notice you didn't have to enter any financial information in here because it truly is free. Okay, so then I'm going to log in by entering in that email and the password. Oops, I'm re-entering my password. When you are logged in, you'll see your welcome name and your consultant's name. In the upper right hand corner you see some links. First to your start page, which is where we are right now, then my projects, my account, contact us, log out, and help. So when you are working in Studio J, you will automatically start at the start page. If, as you're working, you ever want to get back to the start page, simply click that start page. Once you have projects, all your lists of projects will show up right there. And you can also find out information about your account. So this is where if you decide that you would like to change your password, you can do this here. If you ever decide that you would like Studio J email specifically, you would come to My Account, click Yes, send me information about Studio J promotions, deals, and creative ideas. That's going to give you a link periodically to the videos that Close to My Heart put out, which are very good. So go ahead and save that. And for some reason, my computer's being very slow today. So just so that you know, it's not always like this. I think the problem is that I'm filming this on the last day of the month. That could have something to do with it. Again, if you decide to ship or to order something, you'll see shipping and billing. You would fill all that information out at the time that you place an order. But like I said, this is completely free. You do not have to ever fill in that information if you choose not to. But if you do place orders, if you had an order history, it would end up here. Membership information, again, we have done away with memberships, but if you had an old code, you would be able to get either 15 free layouts or 5 free layouts depending on the code that you had. And then layout credits. I actually run a Studio J club where my club members can earn free layout credits, and so if you had any, they would be show up right here. But let's go ahead and X out of that because we don't need any of that right now, and let's create a new project.